Hi everyone, welcome to another video in my channel. In today's video, we have an OpenAI chatbot using Python Tkinter as usual. This application will interact with ChatGPT and provide a response for us. If you're a developer and using chat_completion.create method to interact with the OpenAI API, that method is obsolete. Most of the videos on YouTube right now show you to do it using that method, which is not gonna work. So I'm gonna show you OpenAI API error troubleshooting. So let's first go to the error. So this is the error after migration from v1.0.0. When you try the step mentioned in the error, so first one would be run OpenAI migrate, which is not gonna work on Windows. Probably it'll work on Mac. Or revert the installation version to the older version, which is not really recommended because when you're working with this, you want to have the latest technology. You can check out the link. It shows you guidelines on how to do the migration on Windows if you're running on Windows or other platforms. Then also be mindful about name changes. Well, first I'm going to show you, let's see the guide. This is the guidelines provided by OpenAI. You can follow it step by step. It's pretty straightforward. And about the name change, so as you can see, this method name has changed to client.chat.completions.create from OpenAI chat_completion.create. So this method does not work anymore. So you can't use it here. And also the way we access the content of the message here has changed. So we can't use it like this anymore. We need to change it to this. So just remove the brackets and use dot to access them. Dot message and dot content dot strip. Okay, that's all you need to know, and that's all there is. So if you were having issue with this, you should be good after applying those fixes. Now, this part was for people who already know about this, about the whole chatbot creation using OpenAI API. Now, if you are a beginner and you want to learn about the chatbot, in the next section, we're going to dive into our application and have a look at our AI chatbot demo. Alright, this is the application I created using Tkinter. You don't have to do the Tkinter if you don't want to. I just like to have an interface. It feels kind of more interactive when you have a user interface to interact with. And I'm gonna type hi here, and also I want to show you that I did change these to client.chat.completions.create. And now let's go and check it out. Send. Okay, got a response. Let's try. Okay, not there. Delete it from there. I'm gonna come down here. Alright, what is your name or whatever? Send. I am language model AI created by OpenAI. Alright, looks good to me. Alright, let's go ahead and create our OpenAI chatbot example using Python Tkinter in the next section. Before we get into the coding part, we need to have an OpenAI API. To do that, we need to create an account in the OpenAI portal. After we create the account, we go to API keys and create a new secret key. So as you can see, when you create the secret key, you need to copy the API. It gives you a button to do that at the time of creation. If you don't copy and save it somewhere else, you're not going to be able to access it anymore. So I can't access these two that I created. The only thing I can do is just to revoke it and create a new one. So after we've done that, we can go and start our coding. Be mindful that if you get quota limitation error, that could be because you need to enter your payment information. Now, you don't have to pay anything, but it needs to have the payment info on the site, on the OpenAI website, so you would be able to access the service. All right, now let's go and start our AI chatbot development. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna import OpenAI to interact with our API. We need this library to send requests to the API and receive responses. So I'm gonna do that. Also, we need Tkinter for the interface. So we're gonna have that. And then we want to have our API key here, which is required to authenticate your request to the OpenAI API. For the security reasons, I'm not gonna show my API address. Then we need a function to get responses from OpenAI. That's where most of the things happen. The prompt is user response, which we're gonna pass to this method. So we're gonna have try and an exception block. The response is where we actually do the calling to our API. This is the method we already talked about. And inside of that, we need to specify the model that we're gonna use. Obviously, you can change this to whichever model you want. I'm just gonna go with this one. It's the most used one. Then, after putting the model info, we want to send the user's input as a message in the conversation to the API. The way we do that, we define a message variable, and we need to pass a role to it, which we're going to define as user. I need to do this. All right, let's put a space here. Yeah, I need to do this after quotation mark here. Yeah. And the next one would be content, which is the message we want to send to the API, which is going to be what we're going to enter to send to the OpenAI on our user interface. So it'll be prompt. Okay, next step, we need to extract the content of the first choice in the response and strips and leading or trailing any white spaces and return it. So the way we do that, we can also create a variable, which would be, I think, a better idea maybe. Let's do that. So I'm going to create a variable, bot message, and then I'm going to say equal response. This is what we get as the response. So we're extracting the response from the API. Message, content, and we strip method at the end. And we can return this. So we can say return bot message. Alright, and we need the exception block here. So except exception as, okay, no, not there, here, as E. And we're gonna return this want to return it as a string, so we would be able to read the error, whatever it is. E. Okay, this is all we need for interacting with the API. If you want only this, you don't have to go further in this video. But if you want to also have the Tkinter code and interface, stick with me. So next step, we're going to create our Tkinter root window. And then we're going to give it a title. We're going to have something very basic, not fancy at all. If you're looking for something fancier, like a good Tkinter interface, I have lots of more videos. You're welcome to check it out on my channel. Okay, so chat log, as the name says it all, is where user and API responses, like core responses, will appear on the interface. Is where you see the messages. Entry is where user enter their text, and we pass it to root. We define a width, and we need to pack it. If we don't pack it, we won't see it. All right, and the next one, we want to have button. The button that we click to send the message, obviously. And we're gonna define a method. So whenever we click on the send button, this method will get revoked as well. So root.main loop will run the application. Now let's go define this send message, and we take it from there. All right, let's come up here. Define def message. This will be the function to send message and get response. So user message will be entry.get. So whatever we input in the entry field, we're retrieving it here, and we want to insert it into the chat log. So when you enter it, when you click on the send button, you can see it up there. And it'll be you, obviously, plus user message, plus next line. That's good. And then we want to have the response, which will be ChatGPT, and we're going to pass the user message to it, and this will return the API response. So we'll have the API response here. We only need to insert it into the chat log. That's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna call it but response. All right, and we're gonna do the next line. And we want to delete it, like everything from entry. So whenever users click on send, whatever it was there, it'll be gone. All right, we look good, really good. All right, let's go and demonstrate the app in the next section. So we come here, hi, send, bam. All right, so this works as expected. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, guys, and you learned something and you resolve your issue if you're having problem with the API call. If you have any question regarding this video, please leave me a comment. And if you liked watching it, please go ahead and leave me a comment, like, subscribe, or watch my other videos. Thank you guys for watching this video. Till next one, happy coding, guys.